Okay. Hey guys, we got Cal and Sal here. Thanks for sticking with us throughout this summer. I know we've had a lot of great pods for you guys. You guys have been so supportive. Love the comments. Thanks so much for subscribing, all you guys. And it's really helping me and Jay to make a living. So this is how we're getting by, I think, during these hard times. It's great to have these pods coming. So today we got the first rendition of Cal and Sal's Blazin' 5, similar to Colin Cowherd's Fox Sports Bets, where he picks 5 of the best bets if you guys are NFL bettors for the week. And we're going to try to be profitable. Colin's a little below 500. At Cal and Sal, if you guys want to make money, we're pretty much spot on with our predictions, as we've shown throughout all our pods, including the Miami Heat making the finals, during these NBA playoffs. So stick with Cal and Sal for your Blazing 5. So here we go. And Sal, you want to say anything?
Just glad to once again be back here with Cal. Of course, we miss our dear friend Jay.
Still traveling.
I'm glad to be back here on the West Coast again. Had another brief layover here in the Bay Area. I had some client work in Chicago. Is back now. I told the crew to let's touch down in San Jose and check in with Cal. So glad to be back here. On the West Coast and the Bay Area with Cal.
So first off, we're going to be picking Green Bay and San Francisco. The line's currently at 7 for Green Bay's favored by 7. I think this is a pretty clear. You still got to pick the Packers here. I hate taking all those points, but the Niners are running with Nick Mullins. He was playing against garbage time last week. Yeah, he looked great in the last quarter of that game, but the game was pretty much over anyway. The defense wasn't playing, and I think he's a downgrade from Jimmy G. And I love what I'm seeing from the Packers. Aside from last week where somehow we let Dalvin Cook run over us, San Francisco's not as physical as a team up front. Their running game, Raheem Mostert's not 100%. And, I just don't see us getting run over in the same way, and I don't think Nick Mullins is going to beat you. So I think Green Bay is going to bounce back this week. Aaron Rodgers is going to prove himself, get back in that MVP conversation, and I think they'll cover this pretty easily, probably by, they'll probably win by 10-14. Your thoughts there, Sal?
Yeah, I'm a little concerned. We watched the game against the Vikings recently, and the Packer defense was definitely asleep at the wheel when it came to that wonderful running back Dalvin Cook, who ran all over the Packers. So I'm not expecting that from the Niners. They're going to try to run, and it's up to the Packer defense to hold them and not stop them all night. I don't know a lot about this young quarterback coming in, Mullins. He looked really good against that Seattle defense last week, but they didn't look like they were paying much. I saw them looking up at the stands and waving at people.
And point two is Seattle is one of the worst pass defenses in the league. Yeah. So given that, and it's garbage time, I'm not going to see much out of Mullins tonight. I don't think.
Yeah. So I'm gonna agree with you, Cal. I'm gonna say it's gonna be about a 9-point edge for the Packers.
That's a good take. Yeah, I think 10-14 for me, but either way, it's a cover. Put your money there, folks. That's a pretty easy one. Next one we got, and this one's the arguably even better. I got Denver Broncos over the Atlanta Falcons, winning outright actually, but the line is currently 4 favored for the Falcons. I just haven't seen enough out of the Falcons this year to prove that they can beat a tough team like Denver. Denver just beat did they beat the Titans last week?
No, that was the Bengals.
You're right. Who'd they beat? They beat a pretty good team, the Chargers. They beat the Chargers 31-30, and it was a last-second Drew Lock comeback. I think he's a spicy guy. When he's been healthy this year, the team's been great. They lost a couple games with Jeff Driscoll. It's dragged the record down. But people are sleeping on this team. Denver's no joke. I think they're going to run over Atlanta. Atlanta, I'm not a big Matt Ryan guy, never have been. And their defense is awful. I think Denver's going to easily cover and win this game by 7 points probably.
I'm with you right there. With you right there, Cal. So I love this Denver team. They got a lot of moxie. So I'm certainly not considering them an underdog in this game.
Yeah. So that's an easy bet there. Let's see. So our next one here, we got Detroit at Minnesota. I know Minnesota looked good last week against the Packers, but they haven't shown the ability to do it 2 weeks in a row all season. Detroit, Matt Stafford's a talented QB. I think this is a pretty easy Detroit bet. It's Lions are getting +4 here, so Minnesota's actually favored, despite Lions having a better record on the season. And I think more talent at the skill positions. I love Kirk Cousins, but I think Zimmer's going to Zimmer this. He almost lost last week against the Packers, despite an unbelievable advantage. But I think you got to take Detroit here.
I agree. Zimmer has a real ability to. He has a real ability to. He has a real ability
to lose an
unlosable game.
Yes, I think he'll find a way.
I was watching the Packers. They needed to get the ball back, and what did Zimmer do? Three plays right up the gut for 1.5 yards a piece. Made no attempt to pass or try to get a first down.
Let's let the best QB in the league beat us, and Aaron Rodgers almost did.
And he said, well, who's this Aaron Rodgers guy? Can he even throw a pass? And we'll just give them the ball. I'm sure they won't be able to score. And as luck turned out for Zimmer, they did not score. But
just
it really
happens they got lucky. It was almost a Green Bay victory.
Yes.
But needless to say, they think because Minnesota beat the Packers, who were asleep at the wheel last week, that they're a good team. They're not. They're the same 2-5 they've been all season. This is a pretty easy Detroit win, and at the very least, Detroit covers that 4-point spread. There's no way that Minnesota runs away with this game. Okay, next one, we got another good one, is we are taking the Tampa Bay Buccaneers over the Saints. Saints are getting 4 points, but Tom Brady and crew, I think with the addition of AB, it's going to be a shootout here, and I don't think Drew Brees can keep up. I think Tom Brady's going to pull away late, probably win by 2 scores, and that's my take there. I love the receiving core. A lot of mouths to feed, so Brady's going to be throwing. Saints defense isn't what it used to be, and I think Brady's going to tear them up. And they've been on a roll, and I think it's going to continue here with the Saints.
That's interesting that you take that take, Cal. I'm a little higher on the Saints than I think you have been all season. So, and I love Brady, always have, but I feel he's still not totally consistent. I don't know if you noticed the last game.
He was throwing high.
His passes were sailing on him, and I don't know if it's the adrenaline kicking in. I was a competitive bowler, a professional bowler, and when I got into some of the finals, I tended to lift the ball a little bit on release, which would cause that 9-pin to suddenly shake a different direction than I normally see. So I saw the same sort of adrenaline push in that Brady last game.
He was pressing.
He was pressing a little bit. So, and I think what I've noticed that Drew Brees has got sort of a weak arm. I noticed.
Yeah, his arm's shot.
But he doesn't seem to press. In spite of that, and I like the Kamara running back. I think he's better. Their running back is better than
definitely
what we see now the Tampa.
But the difference from Brady to Brees is like night and day.
Yeah. So what I'm thinking here is that I'm probably gonna stay with the Vegas odds on this.
You're gonna stay with the boys in Vegas.
Yeah, I'm going to side with the boys in Vegas.
What is the boys in Vegas? That means you're taking the Saints, or
yeah.
You're taking the points.
I'd take the points with the Saints.
Okay.
Yeah,
I guess we'll have separate records going forward then.
Well, no. You know what? I could be talked out of it, Sal. Cal, talk me out of it.
Talk you out of it. Okay. Tampa Bay defense has really good corners, really fast, so they're really good at closing on weak, wobbly balls, which is what Drew Brees has been throwing ducks up lately.
That's true.
So I don't think he's going to beat those corners downfield, especially if that air time is over 10 yards. And, the speed of the Tampa Bay defense, you're just not getting these screen passes going for 10, 15 yards. They're really hitting stride. The only way to beat the Tampa Bay defense is big receivers and big shots down the field, and I don't think Drew Brees can do that. And
but you got that Michael Thomas coming back, don't you?
I don't know if he's coming back this week, is he? I thought he's still suspended.
I thought maybe he was still back. I thought he was back this week.
Well, regardless, I don't think Drew Brees can even hit him downfield because he just doesn't have the arm strength.
All right, you know what, Cal,
Thank
you
Sal.
talked me into it.
Thank you, Sal.
You talked me into it. I'll go with your. I'm going to go with your take.
I think that's a good choice. You will not regret it for the viewers.
Yeah, for our
it's Sunday Night Football too, so Brady's coming to play.
Oh, and we'll love watching that.
Oh yeah. Anyway, so our last pick of the Blazing Five is we got Seattle Seahawks versus Buffalo. We're going to take the upset here. I'm taking the Bills. They're getting 3 points. I think the Bills are an underrated team who's starting to round back into form. They've won 2 weeks in a row. They had a little tough stretch there where Josh Allen wasn't playing that great, but I think he's the more talented QB here than Russell Wilson. I love Russell, but if you look at their schedule, they've played just the absolute garbage of the league so far.
Right.
They're really overrated at 6-1, I think they're. And
they're primed for
an ass kicking right here.
Yeah.
I think the Bills are going to be a wake up call for them. It's one of the first good teams they've played. So I think the Bills are going to pull this off. I'm not a big fan of Stephon Diggs, but I think that Seattle Seahawks secondary is still going to collapse under the Josh Allen's going to pick them apart like he's been doing to a lot of good teams all season. And I think the Seattle Seahawks have had the softest schedule in the league, and they're going to have a wake up call this week. Bills by 4. I'm saying.
I'm with you. I'm with you there, Cal.
Yeah. So that's our Blazing 5, guys. Thanks for sticking with us.
Now let's see how we do next week.
We're definitely going to keep track of this. Hopefully going forward, we're going to do this weekly. So keep track of us. Hopefully we go 5-0. If you guys are gamblers, go ahead. Feel free to make some money on those picks. You can pretty much book them in stone. We don't really miss on our predictions here at Cal and Sal. It's one of the reasons I know you guys subscribe and listen to us. Aside from Sal's bowling experience, which is pretty entertaining, but otherwise, thanks for sticking around.
Hell of a career.
Hell of a career from Sal, and he's parlayed it into a lot of business success too. I think the lessons he learned.
I've made a lot of great contacts on the lanes.
The lessons he's learned in the bowling alley have really translated well to the business world, and you can see that as our primary sponsor and now a frequent guest on the show. Sal's just having a lot of success out there, and you love seeing that.
Yeah.
So stay with us. Thanks so much for all you guys' support.
Yeah, thanks, everyone.
And we'll see you guys next week.
All right.
Bye.